Just relax, just relax. The birth of time and space.
Today I'm going to fit ambient lighting to the front of the car and the footwells. I'm not going to do the doors because I don't actually know how to wire that up yet, because I don't really have anything to wire the remote controllers up to in the doors. So I need to figure that out, because the only thing on the doors getting power are the electric window switches, and the lights in the electric window switches are on the moment you start the car. So I have to figure that out. I may have to run wiring from inside the car to each door from my main wiring loom, but that's something I'm going to leave for another day. Today I'm just going to do the ambient lighting on the dash and the footwells. So in order to get this off, I am going to try and pry down here. Just get this out, and then there's a plug here in the back for the ambient light. Now this little light that is down here, there are just two wires leading to it, which is a positive and a negative. The brown wire is the negative and the blue and white wire is the positive. And when I turn on the headlights, that light comes on. So what I'm going to do for my ambient lighting in the car, I am going to splice into this wire. I have exposed these wires. So this is the live, the blue one is the live, and brown in a car is always ground. So I've just stripped a little bit of the conduit away, and I'm gonna hook up my own cable that I made up to that. And here is my cable that I've made up. It's about a meter long, maybe it's too long, but this is the other end, and this is the end that's going to plug into my ambient lighting control module. And I've connected it to a cable extension. I've just got some heat shrink on there where I've connected it on. Now this cable looks black, but it's actually not. One of these has a red line in it. So red is hot. So I always keep red for live and my black for the ground. So on the other end, I now have these two pieces, and obviously what I'm going to do is connect the black wire to the brown wire over here. This one's got the red stripe that you can see there, so that one will be connected to my blue, and then I will basically have juice for my control box that will be controlling all the ambient lighting on the dash and under the footwells. So I've got my wire attached to the light wire, and we can check the lights coming on. The easiest way of getting a wire through anything is to attach a very long cable tie, about this long, to the wire, just with some tape. If we can get the cable tie in there, I can pull it out the other end, hopefully. It's a bit of a finicky job, but I think we can do it. And hopefully, there it is, sticking out the other end. And all I gotta do is pull it through, and here's my wire. Something I just want to point out, you're going to have 4 of these that will be the same length as each other, and those 4 are for your doors. So these 4 here are for the doors, and then you're going to have a shorter one. Now the shorter one is for the right hand side or the left hand side, depending on which you have a left-hand drive car or a right-hand drive car, but this will go on the little short piece on that side of the steering wheel. Then you have a really, really long one, which can go all the way across your dash if you want, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have a strip over here. So I'm going to be cutting mine, and but it is pretty long. It's quite a long one, so you can do what you want to do and not have to worry about that. So just make sure you do not use the 4 that are for your doors, because you might run into a problem having a light that is too short. Right, so I've done a brief fitment test underneath here, and I was hoping to get the light tucked in underneath this wood trim, but I can't. There's just no give. As thin as this is, it's too thick to get underneath there, and for that reason I'm using the tape that they supplied, and I'm putting the tape from the end, and I've just bent this down, the section down, so that it goes in down over there, so that my wire can just get in under this groove and under the dash. Now I'm going to cut this probably around here, because that's as long as I need. So this is actually what it's going to look like. It's going to sit like that, and I'm still busy pulling the tape out. I've tucked it in. I just need to get this side a little more tucked in if possible, and then I can just cut it there. And you can cut this strip anywhere you want. It's not going to have any impact. I mean, I cut it there, and the light will still work all the way to the end. So you can see there it's coming all the way to the end, and it's really not a problem. So if I can do that, you can see it shining all the way to the end. And yeah, like I say, it is what it is. You're going to see a little bit of a black strip underneath here, but I think it's fine. So I'm just going to pull the rest of my double-sided tape off here and get it stuck down so that it can't pull out or move. And like I said, I've bent that piece down at the end. My cable's still hanging down here with my controller, and I'm only going to tuck all that in once I get that piece over there done. And there is the piece on the driver's side is going to plug into one of these plugs here as well. And then I'm going to use 3 of these plugs, one for the Footwell lighting, one for the driver's side, one for the passenger side. So the one for the driver's side, they do supply an extension cable that you can plug in here to get that wire all the way through there, up there, and then underneath that wood trim over there. So I've discovered I cannot get a wire on this side without the wire actually showing when you open the door, and I'm not going to poke a hole through my dash in order to just light a tiny section over there up. So I've decided the short light that they supplied for the driver's side, I'm going to put it up here, or maybe I can put it down here between the radio, but I think maybe under the air vents is a good place. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know if I should maybe run a piece over here on the center console. If I can't do this, I may do that. So you'll see now. I'm going to wedge it in here, and I don't want it to move, especially if one needs to remove this bezel at any point in the future. So I've already cut it to size. It's going to go in like that. So it's going to be stuck to this bottom bezel and not the top bezel. So you can still take the top bezel out, which is needed to do when you remove your instrument cluster for any point, or for anything, you know, to change instrument cluster bulbs or something like that. So I'm going to just bed this down now. I'm going to use a cable tie, and I've taped my 2 lights that need to be on that side to this cable tie, and I just hope that they're not going to come off while I'm trying to pull them through. But I think the only way is to try and get the cable tie to the other side, and if I can do that, I can pull these lights through and get them onto the driver's side of the car, being a right-hand drive. If you have a left-hand drive, you'll be doing the opposite, but most cars have a lot of room up there. This one doesn't. There is a sort of rubber grommet thing, and I think I can get underneath this because this is all carpet under here. So I think I can get underneath it and get through to the other side with the cable tie. So I'm going to try and do that now and just try and get my cable tie in the biggest gap that I can feel here, and then just keep sticking it through. And then I need to just get the lights underneath this rubber grommet and push them under, and hopefully my cable tie is sticking out on the other side. And my cable tie has popped out on the other side, so I'm going to try very carefully to pull. I've managed to get them through. The tape just barely held up, so I've got them through now. One of these is a longer one, and that's this one over here, and this is the shorter one that's going to go in here, and this one will go under the seat, and I need to figure out where under the seat. I'm going to get the double-sided tape onto each one of these lights, and I apologize if my camera angle is very, very bad, but it's very difficult working in the Footwells, and I hope my mic is working still because I haven't actually checked that. This is very, very good double-sided tape, by the way. It really, really sticks very well. So I'm going to run the one under the seat first, and then I'll show you guys how I get that one plugged in. Okay, so I've got the light in its place, and I've stuck it on the vent plastic trim because this seat doesn't have a conventional seat frame. The frame on the side is hidden in the carpet way down there. So I've just run the wire out from underneath the bottom of this, and it's just coming down there to the trim, and from the top you cannot see the wire. You also can't see anything from this side, so because there's some carpet thing that hangs down under the seat here, so the light is sitting over there, and from a passenger perspective you're not going to see the light at all. So there's my front Footwell light, and as you can see I've run the wire up and over the batching here and then underneath in there. The reason I ran it over the batching here is because there'll be no more, well, there'll be no rattles or anything like that. But once this is stuck on here, it really is stuck. And this is the brake pedal, so it's right behind that, and it's going to light the Footwell up nicely here. Might even make it easier to work in the garage underneath here. I've got all the lights on, and as you can see I didn't really have any way to put the control module, so I've just tucked it in behind the trim over here. It's a tight fit, so I didn't even have to get double-sided tape to get it in there, but I've just wedged it in there with all the wires, and basically from this side you're not going to see anything. I put the little button over there so you can see there's my little button, and I can now just press that to change the colors, and I've run the wire in and behind here and tucked it in behind this trim bezel over here, going all the way under there to my main controller. So I'm going to get the car in the garage now and I'll show you guys the results. Moment of truth, let's turn on the lights, and there's the Symphony look. I don't really like that. Okay, now it goes a red solid, and then it slowly but surely will filter through and come through. Oh, and these are going to join. Now this is the Symphony version. The other version just has solid colors that come and go and that kind of thing. But pressing the button, we can get a different hue. I'm just checking the Footwell lights. I don't like that. That's not nice. That's not nice. That's not nice. That's a rainbow color. I don't like that. I don't like that. Don't like that. You can have solid colors as well. If you download the app from the card, it's got a QR code and you can download the app and control it and even create your own patterns on the app, which is really great. So I'm going to leave you guys with some beauty shots, nighttime shots of what it looks like, because it is light in my garage right now. You can see there's my grey Audi. And I don't think this is really giving the full effect because the footwells are not really lit up all that much. They are lit up, but I think nighttime is going to be a way better time to film this. So I'm gonna do a nighttime shot and include that here and enjoy the music, and thank you for watching.